Nothing.
Nothing one.
Got it.
Just see the coincidence. It's
Yeah.
as if कुछ हो रहा है.
Yeah.
मतलब things are already in place.
Yeah.
We're just doing our part.
Yeah. Actually, the
You bought yourself a new phone?
yeah. So maybe yeah, it would be better if you go like this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. Cool.
It's all nice.
The language or the brand of that which is the brand nothing or the word nothing, your phone is called nothing because of these reasons that this will become one of the keywords as we enter the future. Just the way God has occupied so much of our narrative, it will come to nothing, and we want to pioneer that possibility. So we are at the right place at the right time. So yeah, so anyway, I was telling you about these students. So when they see that you were probably the one who not only desired to know this understanding of consciousness to the point of actually understanding oneself as a self-realized being, and then finally understanding that enlightenment and self-realization is nothing fancy. It's not something that you expect would now suddenly give you grace of God and everything beautiful will start happening. It's something very simple. It just makes you see something that's there, and you pass by. You know, you're in a car, you saw something beautiful and you pass by. It can inspire you. It can inspire you to make another Taj Mahal, perhaps. You become that kind of architect one day, perhaps. So when my students see that you have acquired that knowledge and you are actually working on the mission, you are the one now who is leading the YouTube channel, and you are talking to them where they can feel that you are building the team, you're doing it as an entrepreneur, you're clear that the goal is also to be a merchandise brand. See, like for example, Boat became a $1 billion company, or I don't know what is the value of Boat, but it is essentially merchandise, because what we have to do when we are not doing cutting edge technology, everything is merchandise from here to AirPods, because it's so simple, it's already made, you are just sourcing it and selling it, you know, and you're putting you're white labeling it basically, you're getting it all from China. Now, for some reason of advertising or brand creation, they got attention. Nothing also did that. I know of nothing before anyone I know knew of nothing. I mean, that way is also, this way also, yeah, the brand way is also, about the brand. I followed them for some time. I liked their first design, which was transparent. I thought they did something good strategically by doing that. It gave them the edge by just that design thought, you know, that we'll make it transparent. That's all, it's such a simple thing. And suddenly they have the edge. So, when everyone is able to see that you are doing it with attention and you're protecting it because you know it's your baby that will transform into also a real business of merchandise. Slowly, who knows what we'll end up selling. If we can establish ourselves as a brand among youth, where the youth is participating because they were interested to know about consciousness. Some of us start coming to that curiosity about consciousness or otherwise, and the youth is finding somebody who can tell them about this, and they're like, I don't want to be with like that Swamiji. Oftentimes Swamiji is saying that onion takes birth out of the teardrop of a peacock. I was trusting Swamiji until before he said that. Now who to go to? God, please save us.
I understand.
Then they come to perhaps no show, I don't know. So that will all be dependent on what you do about it. Now, because you're going to be dealing with something that is video and free-flowing content from me. So there are two parallels in my life. One is the life in which I'm doing the activity, and the other, and in that is also the dream part happening, the dreaming, the visions, the strategies. Also there's another part, and that part is the part where I'm narrating it. And when I'm narrating it, something is there for someone to learn from or to be entertained by because they're listening to me. So that parallel is getting delivered in form of videos to you or eventually audio. Let's say for somehow I would have not had to have more dynamic thoughts in my mind for saying what I'll say next if AI had not occurred, because there are very important, profound things we have already said, and if people trust that this is coming out of that person without anything of AI here, AI is not talking, it's a real human being talking, then people are going to trust it, you know. Now we can go to this person, but how do they trust that this is truth? This is not AI was asked to give intelligent response to something like this and AI created this video. So the time is running out because of that. If we can establish our outcomes at places where the publishing date is captured publicly also, like if I'm writing my website code or content on GitHub, the date is getting captured on GitHub repository, right? People know in 2014 I said it. AI se kahin pehle ye hua, AI ne nahi kiya ye. So then they know that, okay, this is what human intelligence is. This is what human intelligence should feel like. The spirit of that intelligence in human being is this. This is not some AI talking about deep topics. Because the doubt one, the people with doubt may have to want to question it. What if it is not real? So I'm trying to tell you that you have to have that kind of far-sightedness in your outcomes. They have to do it timely. Because AI is coming. And if we are proven on published locations that we did it before, you started getting answers of AI and consciousness from AI, you know, or any topic for that matter. But because it is not ultimately about the answer, it is about that human being you want to associate yourself with. आंसर तो मिल ही जाएगा, AI से आज भी मिल जाएगा, पता नहीं कहाँ से मिल जाएगा, किसी किताब से मिल जाएगा, मंडू की उपनिषद से मिल जाएगा. बट आदमी चाहिए था ना, वो इंसान चाहिए था, वो इंसान उनको महसूस होना चाहिए. So the content when you're handling with utmost commitment and loyalty for it of its confidentiality. Now what is the advantage of that? When you become that kind of a person who can be trusted with almost absolutely any content, you become the master who is tackling all production of all content across our organizations daily. Now how you do that, what is your method of doing it? It's through your team members, through however you do it, but it would be a valuable exercise, because if it all is done well, then we are creating a democratic environment of production of great content. We are doing only one input, which is publishing it and editing it, editing it, and as an outcome we are getting a chance to be a merchandise brand / Paytm based support money of the audience, right? The audience is supporting because it can clearly see that all this narrative we feel in the name of right or left is being told to us about what is God or what is not, what is the right way of life or not. We are not sold yet, we are confused. Maybe right is not wrong, but maybe the right Nishchal is talking about is the right. And the moment you touch that right, you understand, oh, the truth is more left than right. You know? So that would bring people to some moderate mind instead of this aggressive mind, you know, which wants to fight the other, the one who is an alien, they want to fight. We want a moderate mind which recognizes, oh, right chase करते करते left की तरफ आ गए, लेकिन left की तरफ chase करके right पे नहीं आ पाते, तो भाई बुराई नहीं है right में, left को chase करते हुए आ सकते हैं, ज़रूरी नहीं है, but systematic method of that understanding of godliness is actually the right. Right was conveying a system through Hinduism, but I mean that wasn't right. The right became that in politics. It was just the truth. Then right started claiming we are the keepers of this truth. Left started saying your truth is irrelevant to us because we are a Sanskriti that accepts everything. And then when we chase that right to get to the truth, we realize, oh yeah, that's true. We accept everything. We accept wrong by fighting it through right, but even in a fight, we are only dancing. That's the kind of culture we were. So Now, it seems to me that you probably are the right person to take this message forward, and not my former students, who I assume may be the right people. But when they see that you have started becoming that model that was going to run no show, because they couldn't. Now, I don't know, maybe they were lucky to get slaps from me. Maybe the outcome of the slaps from me was them getting distant. But for me, under one roof, which is the sky, nobody is distant, nobody is close. So that is not a worry for me or for my sister. I want that outcome. I want the mediocres to become distant from me, create real disciplined outcomes, and then be given access to me. But to feel me, they'll have to come closer to me once and then get a slap one day, and that's the day they will retry. But they will have somebody to deal with in those moments, and that should be you. Tell them the reason I never got any slap from Nischal, and you guys got a slap from him. In spite of him not caring who is with him and who is not, he will just conduct himself naturally. He says this is the response to stimuli. So what is the stimuli you gave to him and I didn't, and I got a slap? Say that I know I wasn't delivering on time, but I was definitely actioning more than I was talking. I was not taking up his time. But when I decide I will take his time, then I would be actioning even more than talks even on that day. So maybe he was saying that you guys were more talks than action, and your lethargy is the reason, and with the slap he's shaking your lethargy and he's telling you you're worth nothing. You are a mosquito and I will slam you and kill you. You are so irrelevant. But if you want to be with me, you will keep getting those punches, maybe killed. Who knows? These punches can get stronger, so leave. So that fear in their heart must be there. It should be there. That, oh fuck, these punches are only going to get stronger. So we better correct ourselves and only then make a return. Because making one mistake is not a problem. Having me to repeat is exactly the stimuli that I will get from a student where I will slap. My response would be a slap. Because I absolutely want them to know that mediocrity is this. That once something was said, it is now being only repeated because it was not actioned upon. That mistake was made. Now that mistake means you are worthless. I could just map you to someone else without telling you that you made a mistake. And that's why you are getting a slap. If you remain, you will get a few more mistakes awareness because of that slap. I don't have time to sugarcoat and soft talk with you. I want you to be pricked so hard that you'd never forget it. And then you decide as a challenge, I have to now do. Okay, enough of my lethargy. There are going to be commanders that will beat us with stick. But we decided to not join their show, otherwise we would have been commandos. So it is our fear. So Nischal is telling us, unless you are not ready to face sticks and punches, even those that can destroy you emotionally, a physical slap pain is nothing. And somehow if you can stand against all these odds and prove to nobody but yourself that you were capable of doing something, that's really what is wanted here. We don't want you. We want you to become that capable to actually do something. We just wanted to show you your reality. Now, when you start looking at these people as your team, but team that should not be given access to me, they should know now, oh fuck, we missed the boat. We missed the ship. They should feel the FOMO. They should feel the fear of missing out from there on. And they will feel when you will be ready on display with the Paytm gateway, with everything. This is a bank account for this YouTube channel. It's ready to roll. The moment this happens, they know, oh, now this wealth creation that we all are chasing is going to be governed through the individual that is not us, it's Sanskar. He's someone else. He's not our friend from Kerala. He's someone else. We lost the chance. We thought we'll take no-show to Kerala and do it among our friends. Not as proprietary, but definitely an opportunity to deliver something beautiful to the world. But now it's going to be led by someone else, and that is Sanskar, and Sanskar deserves it because he's doing it. And now you start incorporating them in your operations. Only when that starts happening, whether it takes 10 years, it doesn't matter. Only when that starts happening, the investment of my energy on these individuals would bring fruit. Yes, go ahead, please. Take the bag. You understand? Because unless you are not able to harness the transformative them, you know, I don't know if you can give me more speed, then I can tell you that if I share everything that I have ready from the point when you and your team would have decided to become something in social media or content, a YouTube channel or something creative, a merchandise brand, whatever. What you would have had to do today to become that was a journey of 3 to 5 years from today. Because content create करते पता नहीं क्या क्या करना पड़ता है. जो सब क्रिएट हो चुका है अब मुझे तुम्हें हैंड ओवर कर देना है. वो कैटलाइज हो जाएगा 6 months के अंदर, जो 5 साल 3 साल में होगा तुम्हारे करियर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. उसके लिए मुझे तुम्हारे को सब कुछ शेयर करना होगा, छोड़ देना होगा. तुम्हारा ब्रीफिंग दे दी है, आप कर लो अपना. I shouldn't have to feel that there is some content here which should not have gone to anyone else. So I'll be taking a big risk by sharing it. Maybe there's some content here which I want the world to know about an ex-individual, about his declaration to the world, but not today. So when you do it that carefully, then you get that whole base upon which this new startup can be created. What this startup is becoming after you have taken your steps from my eyes, because I will indulge when you are ready further. What it is becoming is we are becoming a model of almost like club membership. We're becoming a million youth backed membership of something which is to do with no-show, and in this the members are getting teachings, are getting to become communities in their cities, in cafes, and they're discussing consciousness. They're having discussions the way Jiddu Krishnamurti classes or lectures or something. There is a word for his dialogues. JK circles. It was called JK circles. JK is Jiddu Krishnamurti, right? So JK circles would mean conversations about JK's concepts. Of course, JK Foundation, Jiddu Krishnamurti Foundation is big. So when we become member organization only, where we are saying we don't want bozos, you have to pay to enter, but you can listen to our lectures for free. But when you are part of a system, we are giving you a few things. We are giving you, let's say, our cycle. We are saying that first you have to become the human being that rides a cycle, where cycle can be used. Yeah. That's the first change we want to see in our members, because otherwise you guys are all talks. So what we end up doing as a business, we end up selling cycles. We are already manufacturing it. So it's a brilliant business plan. You'll have to just give me that speed, because then I would know now it makes sense to share all content with you. So why is it important for me to share all content with you? Almost now. Because I want to be unburdened from this topic. For me, this topic should be over now. I have created all videos that need to be there. I don't need to participate in it. Now my creative team needs to propagate it the way they like. For it is being done for Osho also. Osho is not here in body. How is it happening? So I shouldn't have to indulge in it, is my concern. And it can only happen when all of that reaches you. And yeah, it's over for me. Now it's you, and whenever you need advisory on the content, that content, you consult some senior in the company. Let's say you ask Amit Bhaiya, shall I publish it? I think this is objectionable. You know what I mean?